So today guys, we are going to be making some meat pie. So here I've got my flour. This is 1.8 gram flour. This is a lot. 1.8 gram flour. And here I got 4 teaspoonfuls of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 3 teaspoons of sugar to give it that nice taste. So this is the baking powder that I used today. And then here I got 600 grams of butter because the quantity of flour I'm using today is a lot. So I'll start by mixing the ingredients, mix together until you start to have the couscous look. And then I've got my vegetable oil to add as well, just to give it that nice fluffy taste. And the next thing you're going to add to this is water, nothing more. Not warm water because you're not making puff. This is meat pie pastry we are making. You can see the look already, how it's turning out. Always measure your ingredients when you're making your pastry so you can get it accurate. See, now that you've gotten the couscous look or the gari look or couscous texture or gari texture, so now that you got the couscous texture or the gari texture, you can then add your water. Be careful not to add too much water so that you'll not spoil your pastry. So now you can just make a hole in the middle so you can pour your water in. So here I've got some water. Let's mix this for now. If it's not enough, you can add some more. But depending on the consistency you want for your meat pie. With meat pie, you have to be careful. If it's too soft, it's going to spoil everything. Just a little more water, a little bit more. So my meat pie dough is ready. My pastry is ready. So you can choose to wrap it with cling film for a little bit. Leave it for too long before you start to make your pastry and add your sauce. So thank you guys. It's time to do our meat pie. So here you have your pastry ready, and then I've got my whisked egg to add to the edges and also to coat the meat pie. And of course I've got some flour that I'm going to be using so that it won't get sticky. And then I have my filling is here. So I'm going to start by cutting my pastry. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so nice. So I'll put this aside for now. And of course, shall I see the front door open? Thank you. Yeah, I think David did.
Yeah, okay.
I'm making meat pie. Let's see, I achieve 2 more from this. Now that your dough is cut, all your pastries are cut into the sizes that you want, you just roll each one. There you go, nicely. You add your filling. So add your filling. That should be enough. And coat the edges with eggs just to enable it stick together. Nothing more, just to enable it stick together. So you sweep the edges around with the egg and then bring it together, cover up, and then use your fork to shape it the way you want. That's your meat pie ready to go into the oven. And the process is the same. You do the same for every one. Just stretch the pastry a bit, add your filling, and just wet the edges or coat the edges so they can stick together with eggs. And then just bring the 2 edges together again, and then with a fork you press it down so it can stick together properly and have the design. You can see this beautiful design on it. And then when you're ready to put it in the oven, you can now coat the top of it with an egg. So now you can now coat the top of your meat pie with the remaining egg. So just coat, so you just coat it and then pop them into the oven. The already heated up oven. Don't coat it too much egg. So now we're going to pop them into the oven, one after the other. The next one, and I'm going to leave it to cook. So here's the meat pie. It's nice and ready. Let's see this one. Let's look at the inside. Oh my gosh, look at it. Look at it. So juicy. Take a look at the inside. So nicely cooked. And I tell you that this is going to be so yummy. Delicious.